So, a very good afternoon to all. Our eminent guest, Honorable President Ma'am Ritu Galotra, uh, and Dr. Shruti Kanga, Coordinator for Center for Climate Change and Water Research, Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor and Coordinator of Center for Sustainable Development, faculty members, and to all who are present here. I, Priyanka Roy, welcome you all on behalf of Suresh Ganviar University for the valedictory program of 21-day winter school in Geospatial Science and Technology Level 1 program sponsored by GST-NGP. On this note, I would like to invite Honorable President Ma'am, Professor Ritu Galotra, Suresh Ganviar University for the welcome address. Ma'am, you're most welcome.
A very good afternoon, everyone present. This is the 21-day winter school valedictory session for the Geospatial Science and Technology winter school that has been conducted. And with us is present many respected professors and scientists, particularly by name Professor Jk Garg, Dr. Ak Singh. So I extend at first my warm welcome to both of you, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us on this valedictory session, sir. And then I would welcome all the participants. I'm very much thrilled to see the range and the long list of the participants coming from so many, diverse states, areas, and very important institutions they have participated from. So I extend them a very warm welcome. And then finally to my team C3W, which is led by Dr. Shruti Kanga and Dr. Suraj. And I not only congratulate them for conducting such a vast 21-day this whole session. So with my welcome, I wish you all that I hope everyone is doing fine and is safe and sound at home, because we are going through the third wave of the pandemic as well. And it is really wonderful because I have been getting the reports of everyday session Madam has been sending me, and I have been following the program on the Facebook. So the technology helps us so much. I mean that, this is such wonderful thing that nothing stops. And the way the intense, this whole rigorous exercise of the winter school was going on, I could see that the quality was not at all compromised, and the deliberations were going really, up to the scientific standard. So I once again congratulate the whole team, and I also thank the DST for this sponsorship and the team to organize it so well. Now coming to, however, the speaker next to me will be telling the report of the this whole school, but I'm really, have been going through this 21-day report, and I have seen that approximately 40-50 very renowned scientists from all over the places have, deliberated in the school. The participants, particularly the 27 selected participants, which have come from BHU, JNU, Chandigarh University, and AGI, SAC, Purnima University, Vellore Institute, and there are so many names. If I don't take one, so it will look like that I'm being biased. But yes, there have been a really good audience, and the scientific fraternity who was present and has done justice to the theme of the school. So with this, I'm very thankful for having me on this valedictory session, and I congratulate the team for doing a good job. And I once again welcome the guest and the guest of honor for the valedictory session. Sir, looking forward to listen to you also. Thank you so much. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such a motivating words, ma'am. Now, moving forward with the program, I would like to invite Dr. Shruti Kanga, Associate Professor and Coordinator of Center for Climate Change and Water Research, Suresh Ganviar University, for the technical session report. Ma'am, you're most welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Priyanka. A very good morning to eminent guest Dr. Jk Garg sir, Dr. Ak Singh from DST, President ma'am, and all the participants. who are present here. So today I'm here to present the technical report of the complete program. So it was pleasure to have this 21 days winter school geospatial science and technology level 1 program sponsored by DST. We thank from the core of our heart that they have given us the chance to continue with the program, and we have tried to give our best level best to the participants to this platform. So going through the report, a 21 days winter school in geospatial and technology level 1 sponsored by DST Government of India was conducted virtually by the Center for Climate Change and Water Research from Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur, India. It was started with the gracious presence of Honorable Chief Mentor Sir of Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Dr. Sudhanshu. The session was addressed by Chief Guest Professor P.K. Joshi, JNU, New Delhi, followed by the presidential address by Shubha Pandey, Scientist, National Geospatial Program, DST, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. After the inaugural function, an interactive session including formal introduction of all the faculty members of C3WR and participants was conducted. The great enthusiasm was shown by the participants. The introduction to training program was given by the participants, followed by the expert lecture by Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor and Coordinator, Center for Sustainable Development, Gyan Vihar, on topic Geospatial Science, what, why, and how. On the second day of this winter school, the first talk was delivered by V.S. Rathore, Associate Professor, Department of Remote Sensing, VIT Meshra, Ranchi. He discussed about the basics of GNSS and GPS functioning and fundamentals of geodesy. The second talk was delivered by Praveen Kumar Pathak, Associate Professor, Department of Geography, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. He talked about the explanatory and analysis of spatial data, population and health studies. The first talk of the third day was delivered by Dr. Majid Farooq, scientist, Jammu and Kashmir Remote Sensing Department. He discussed about the data quality measures, sources, errors, and GIS data. Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor of Jaipur, also described about topographical relationships and uncertainty in GIS datasets. The second day talk of the day third was delivered by Dr. Kiran Jalim, Associate Professor from NIRD, Panchayati Raj, Hyderabad. He explained about the theoretical aspects and georeferencing processes and rectification on geospatial datasets. The first talk of the fourth day was delivered by Dr. Narayan Chandra Jina, Professor, Department of Geography, University of Burdwan. He discussed about the history of map making and digital cartography. The second talk of fourth day was delivered by Dr. Ajay Das, cartographer, Department of Earth Sciences, University of Gujarat. He talked about the focus on theoretical aspects of scale, referencing, and coordinating systems. The first lecture of day 5, delivered by Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Jaipur. His lecture was focused on the basics of database management and its application. The second lecture of day 5 was delivered by Reet Kamal Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Ropar. He discussed about the database modeling and the role of RSGIS with several case studies. The first lecture of 6th day was delivered by Dr. Thota Shivshankar, Assistant Professor, GIS area from NIIT University, Nimrana. His lecture was focused on spatial analysis and application. The second lecture of day 6 was delivered by Suraj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor, CST, Gyan Vihar University. He discussed about the database processing and its role in performing various operations in GIS software. 7th day, Dr. V.S. Rathore from VIT Meshra discussed about the sources of error in GPS signals along with the fundamentals of DGPS and its application. The second talk of 7th day was delivered by Mr. Anirudh. He was from Topcon Company, New Delhi. He talked about the focus on the mass data solutions for various applications and functioning of different surveying instruments like total station, laser scanning, and telemetries. The first talk of 8th day was delivered by Dr. Varun Narayan Mishra from Center for Climate Change, Gyan Bihar University. He discussed about the physics of remote sensing processes and explained the basic physical principles of electromagnetic radiation, atmospheric scattering, and active imaging. The second talk of 8th day was delivered by Dr. Ajay Kumar Talur, Assistant Professor, Department of Remote Sensing and GIS from Jammu University. He discussed about the applications of remote sensing in water resources. On 9th day, we had with us Dr. Prashant Kumar Srivastav, Assistant Professor, IESD from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He talked about the processing and the analysis of hyperspectral images with the applications of mineral exploration, crop diseases detection, etc. The second day talk of the 9th day was delivered by again Dr. Varun Narayan Mishra from Center for Climate Change, Gyan Bihar. He described about the elements of satellite image interpretation with examples. The first lecture of 10th day was delivered by Dr. Deepak Kumar, Assistant Professor from MIT University. He talked about the geometric corrections for remote sensing images. The second talk of the day was delivered by Dr. Ajay Kumar Talur, Assistant Professor, Department of Remote Sensing and GIS from Jammu University. He discussed about the sources and causes of radiometric errors in remotely sensed images. He also explained about the different algorithms and radiometric corrections of the images. The first lecture of day 11 was delivered by Dr. Suman Sinha, Assistant Professor, Department of Geography, MIT University, Kolkata. He discussed about the concepts of image enhancements and its importance. The second talk was delivered by Dr. Faima Mustaq, Geospatial Analyst from Department of Ecology, Environment and Remote Sensing, Government of JNK. She discussed about the image degradation and its impact. She also explained different algorithms for image enhancement in spatial domain and image manipulation. Then for this 12th day, the first lecture was delivered by Dr. Anil Kumar, Scientist, Engineer SG, and Head of Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing Department, IIRS, Dehradun. His lecture was focused on the concept of supervised image classification, its application with specific focus on crop mapping with its examples. The second lecture of day 12 was delivered by Dr. LK Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of Environmental Science, Central University of Rajasthan. He discussed about unsupervised classification and its application in environment and ecology. On day 13, we had with us Dr. Vishwaraj Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of Geography, Shahid Bhagat Singh College, Delhi. His lecture was focused on the conservation of water in India. The second lecture was given by Dr. Varun Mishra. He discussed about the accuracy assessment methods and its significance in thematic mapping using satellite images with case studies. The third lecture was delivered by Dr. Gopal Krishna, Scientist D from National Institute of Hydrology. He discussed about the challenges in water resources management in Indian scenario with different environmental and geological factors for conservation and planning of water resources. On day 14th, we had with us Mr. Vishal, CEO, R-Based Services Private Limited, Delhi. It was very interesting lecture. He explained about the concepts of cloud-based Google Earth Engine platforms. The second lecture on day 14th was delivered by Mr. Vaibhav Srivastav, Director R-Based. He discussed about the various data sources and methods for digital terrain mapping. The first lecture of day 15th was delivered by Mr. Ritesh. He was from Haryana Space Application Center, Government of India, Hisar. He explained about the concept of WebGIS techniques with several case studies. The second lecture was delivered by Dr. Amit Kumar, Department of Geoinformatics, Central University of Jharkhand. He discussed about the sources and the method of urban growth monitoring and environmental hazard risk assessment. Then on the 16th day, we had with us Mr. Sandeep Banerjee. Again, it was from the industry exposure from SkyMap Global Private Limited. His lecture was focused on the concept of spatial data infrastructure, SDI. He discussed the representation of framework of SDI for various applications. The second lecture was delivered by Dr. Pranay Devate, Assistant Professor, Center for Climate Change and Water Research from Gyan Bihar University. He discussed about the fundamental of climatology and its application. The third lecture of the day was delivered by Dr. Varun Narayan Mishra, Jaipur. He discussed about the role of geoinformatics in urban growth analysis and simulation using machine learning methods. Then on 17th day, we had with us Dr. B.B. Sharma, Head Department of Geography, Himachal Pradesh University. He discussed about the applications of remote sensing techniques in the planning and development of activities with several many case studies on urban planning. The second lecture of the day, 17, was delivered by Professor A.R. Siddiqui, Head Department of Geography, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj. He talked about the geoinformatics-based mapping and monitoring of land, water, and vegetation resources. The third lecture on 17th day was delivered by Dr. C.P. Singh, scientist, SAC, ISRO, Ahmedabad. He discussed about the role of remote sensing techniques in assessing ecosystem dynamics, habitat modeling, simulation of forest fire, mapping of forest biomass with the case study. The fourth lecture of 17th day was delivered by Dr. Anupama Dubey Mohanty, Assistant Professor, Institute of Public Enterprise, Hyderabad. She discussed about the remote sensing and GIS techniques on climate change and sustainable development. She also explained about the rainfall variability and its impact on water resources. The fifth lecture of the 17th day was delivered by Dr. Majid Farooq, scientist from Jk Remote Sensing Center. He explained about the remote sensing and GIS techniques in many applications in detail with case studies. The first lecture of day 18 was delivered by Dr. K.K. Das, former scientist, ISRO. He discussed about the applications of advanced remote sensing and GIS in various fields. He also describes about the methodology for analyzing terrain complexities and conservation of natural resources or ecosystems with the case studies. The second lecture of day 18 was delivered by Dr. Praveen Kumar Rai, Associate Professor, Head, Department of Geography, KMC Language University, Lucknow. He talked about the geospatial technology in health studies. He discussed about the importance of geospatial data and statistical data analysis and mapping of various vector-borne diseases. The third lecture of day 18 was delivered by Dr. Shruti Kanga, Associate Professor, Center for Climate Change. She discussed about the role of remote sensing techniques in assessing the forest fire mapping and simulation. She also explained about the satellite data mapping on forest biomass with the case study. On 19th day of the winter school geospatial technology level 1, a discussion session was organized with the participants. The progress of the assigned projects was discussed by the participants. Also, the faculty members of C3WR discussed and explained the development of research methodology on various topics. In this interactive session, the instructions were also given to the participants for the preparation of the examinations as well as for the project formulations which they had to submit and present at the end. It was also a very fruitful interaction between the faculties, members, and the participants. On each day of winter school, the hands-on session on QGIS and Saga software was also delivered by the team Center for Climate Change, which includes Dr. Shruti Kanga, Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Dr. Varun Narayan Mishra, along with the team members of Dr. Majid Farooq, Mr. Sheikh Bashir, Mr. Nasir Kuche, During the sessions, the participants were also very interactive and with the trainers, and they have learned the software with great enthusiasm. In this winter school, there was participation from all over India, out of which 27 participants were finally selected, and the participants are from some of the renowned organizations or universities such as Banaras Hindu Universities, JNU, Delhi, Chandigarh University, Aryabhatta Space Application Center, Shimla, Purnima University, Dr. Yashwant Singh Parmar University of Horticulture and Forestry, CJ Patel College, Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics, Vellore Institute of Technology, Government Institute of Science, Aurangabad, Ayujan Institute of Architecture, Department of Science and Technology, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, University of Rajasthan, Government Girls PG College, Ghazipur, Chas, and Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University, Jaunpur, Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, MP. So this is a complete technical report which I have presented for the complete program, this winter school. Thank you very much. With this, I'm now handing over this things to Ms. Priyanka for further continuing the program. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such crisp and concise description of the technical session for the 21 days of program that so far have been conducted. It was a very crisp presentation, ma'am. So on this note, I would like to take a moment to introduce our guest speaker, that is Professor Jk Garg, Government Body Member, Wetland International South Asia, New Delhi. He is a former director of Center for Disaster Management Studies, Indraprastha University, New Delhi. Professor Garg has more than 44 years wide range of professional experience in the field of geospatial techniques for ecosystem analysis and monitoring, especially wetlands in India. He was also associated with the RI School of Advanced Studies in Senior Fellow during March 2019 to October 2020. Professor Garg has pioneered the use of remote sensing and GIS techniques for environmental application in India. He was well known for his work in conceptualizing and implementing first scientific inventory of wetland in India using Indian remote sensing satellite data. He is nationally and internationally regarded for initiating use of geospatial science for wetland management. Professor Garg has worked on many projects related to bioresources and environment, disaster management, and ecosystem rehabilitation and restoration. He has published more than 180 research publications in national and international journal of repute. With this thought, I would invite Professor Jk Garg to address today's program. Sir, you're most welcome.
Thank you, Priyanka. Respected President, Dr. Ritu Gilhotra, Dr. Shruti Kanga, Dr. Suraj Singh, and it is my privilege to interact with you at the conclusion of 20-day Geospatial Science and Technology course organized by Suresh Gyan Vihar University. Suresh Gyan Vihar University is emerging, in my opinion, as a big university where education in applications of geospatial techniques to various application areas is being imparted. Now, when we talk of geospatial science and technology, basically the question which comes to our mind is that what all are the things included in geospatial sciences and remote sensing and technology. You must have studied during this course and earlier also that basically there are three technologies which we use in remote sensing, like remote sensing, which is a data providing or data gathering technology. Then we have GIS or Geographical Information System, which is data integrating technology. And the third thing is for locational aspects, satellite-based navigation system like our Navig or GPS, etc. Various countries have floated, like Galileo is there from European Union. Then we have GLONASS from Russia, BIDU from China, etc. Now, as far as remote sensing is concerned, which is very important, without remote sensing, it will be difficult to make use of geospatial technology. And there we have different platforms, like we have ground-based platforms, aerial platforms where we use aircrafts, and drones nowadays are being increasingly used, and satellites, of course. Then we make use of different parts of the electromagnetic spectrum, like optical region, thermal region, and microwave region, and they have different things to tell us. Optical things will provide mainly, information on biological and physical properties. Thermal properties will be investigated by thermal data, and main use of microwave remote sensing besides other things is to get information conditions such as rainfall, etc., where optical remote sensing is not available, or the data from optical remote sensing is not available. And as you people have studied that satellite-based navigation is very important nowadays, basically not only for locational aspects, but to study transformation of the Earth's surface as well. And GIS, as you know, that we integrate the data from different sources, from published data, from socio-economic aspects, besides the data what we get through satellite remote sensing. Then you people have also been told about various techniques of data analysis, like visual analysis techniques, digital analysis techniques, and machine learning techniques which have come into play, and they are very important. And likewise, you have various softwares for image processing, for data analysis, for GIS, etc. But the main problem is that how to make use of this technology for our day-to-day application, for national development, and for natural resource management. As you are aware that we have three, though there are many spheres, but basically we have biosphere, hydrosphere, and cryosphere, and remote sensing and GIS, and these techniques provide a lot of information which are very critical for management of these resources. And I'm sure that you people have been provided a lot of theoretical and practical knowledge in analyzing the data and getting the information. Now, when we talk of biosphere, which has become very important, reason being that nowadays we talk of sustainable development, climate change, and so on and so forth. And there are various impacts of climate change on various biospheres, hydrosphere, and cryospheric, like glacier and snow, etc. When we talk of all these things, then what do we get from geospatial techniques? And my contention is that your knowledge of the subject, your domain knowledge is very, very important. If you don't have a very good domain knowledge, then it will be very difficult to get the required information. And nowadays you must be knowing also that, as far as this century is concerned, mainly there are two things which have emerged to be the most important thing. One is ecosystem restoration. You may be knowing also and told also that this decade beginning March 2021 to 2030 has been declared as a decade of ecosystem restoration. Reason being that most of our ecosystems, whether they are agriculture or forests or aquatic ecosystems or oceans or snow and glaciers, they have been subjected to various types of changes due to our activities, human activities, anthropogenic activities. And it is very, very essential to make use of the technology to bring back the various ecosystems to their pristine glory. If that is not possible, then to bring them to a level where we are able to get various ecosystem services from these ecosystems, various types of ecosystems. And the second thing which has become very important is disaster management. And this century, as I just mentioned, because of our activities and due to climate change, people have become highly vulnerable to various types of disasters. There, you may be knowing also that cyclone intensity as well as their number in Indian Ocean, especially in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Earlier, there were not many cyclones happening in the Arabian Sea, but nowadays, Taute and so many other cyclones, or 2-3 more cyclones have been there in 2021. So all these things require knowledge of geospatial techniques, their method of analysis, and then integrating them into our management plans. So this has become very, very important for us. And this technology nowadays, without this technology, it is very difficult to survive. And because of that, now you must be knowing also there is national GIS, state level GIS. Most of the states have remote sensing centers and so forth. Another thing which I mentioned was that wetlands, which were also mentioned by Ms. Priyanka. Our wetlands or water resources, they have become very vulnerable and things have become very difficult. For disaster management also, or their reduction DRR, it is very essential to, especially for flood control, etc., to restore our wetlands. Forests are under control of various government departments, especially forest departments, but most of our wetlands are not. So my suggestion is that besides other things, that wetlands should also be protected and they should be given, and especially after 2 days we have World Wetland Day. I suggest that you people should have some consideration for these resources also. Another thing which is happening is that our ocean resources, especially the coastal regions, they are highly getting polluted, especially due to urbanization of coastal cities. In fact, you may be knowing also that 60% of global population is staying near the coastal areas and many big cities. If you see our example, Mumbai is there, Chennai is there, Kolkata, Visakhapatnam, and so on and so forth. And it is very essential to make use of that technology for sustainable use of resources, especially fishery, etc. There also the technology has been providing us a lot of information. Since 90s, satellite-based information which is being provided to the fishermen their fish extraction has increased tremendously, and now we have inquests in Hyderabad, and there regularly we provide information to the fishermen so that sustainable exploitation of the fishery resources take place. Now there are so many things which I can keep on talking about, but my contention is that you people should make use of the technology wherever you are. And now there is no place, no sphere where this technology is not being used. And I'm sure that the course which you people have studied this technology will provide you a lot of things so that you can make use of the technology. And with this, I will close my remarks. And if anything which you think that because of my long experience, I can tell you people, you can ask me. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such motivating and inspiring words. On this note, we are moving forward to our next guest speaker, Dr. Ak Singh. He is Scientist F, National Geospatial Program, Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology. He has done his MSc in Mathematics and PhD in Mathematics from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He has several significant contributions in mathematics science program, worked from 2003 to 2013, and National Geospatial Program, erstwhile which is known as Natural Resource Data Management System, NRDMS, since 2013 till date. He has evaluated many PhD theses of mathematics and geoscience in different areas. He has many research publications in national and international reputed journals and done many more work in his area of interest. With this thought, I would like to invite Dr. Ak Singh for the valedictory remark of 21-day winter school in geospatial science and technology. Sir, you're most welcome.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very warm greeting from Department of Science and Technology of National Geospatial Program. Very detailed presentation made by Dr. Shruti about the 21 days, what exactly happened in 21 days in many areas. Dr. Priyanka and your President of the University, Professor Ritu, Madam, it was very nice that you people have organized very nicely in spite of lot of a pandemic and many more problems. Otherwise, we might have all gone in the physical mode, but this was the very important constraint. For that, you people have gone ahead with the virtual kind of a things are 21 days. In the beginning itself, already told by a colleague that this Natural Resources Data Management System program has been initiated in 1982 as an interdisciplinary research program of Department of Science and Technology. Now it has been evolved to catalyze the national geospatial ecosystem with the mandate of promoting geospatial science and technology. Policy, solutions, capacity building, entrepreneurship, international cooperation for sustainable socio-economic development at all levels of the governance. I think focus of the program for 21 days was geospatial science and technology. And you have a very good participants from various institutes in the country, different geolocations, as well as you have also tried to have a very good resource person at different themes and topics, what you have covered. Exactly, geospatial science and technology, nothing but integration of GIS, remote sensing, as well as global positioning system, what Dr. Garg has made mention in his address. Now, actually, the focus of the Department of Science and Technology is on geospatial science, where very few people are working on it. The Department of Science and Technology has initiated a very important program known as National Center for Geodesy, set up at IIT Kanpur. We are also expanding it in the different regional center for geodesy, where the mother of geoscience, geodesy is known as the mother of geoscience. The growth of geoscience, where we have to work on the fundamentals. We have our own software. We have our own tools. We are heavily dependent on the things from the outside the country. These are the very, very important kind of things, and we are happy to inform that. I think my colleague has also already informed that 2002, it is. We are very happy to inform you that Department of Science and Technology has won the bid to organize the United Nations Geospatial Information Congress in 10 to 14 October 2022, where many of you and your participant will get an opportunity to present his findings in that particular international congress. We are going to set some of them. And the core theme of this second UNWGIC first was held in the China. In this congress is Geo-enabling and Global Village. Geo-enabling the Global Village, which is in the line of the Honorable Prime Minister vision, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So these training programs are very, very important, and DST is promoting these training programs for last 10 years. And in this particular year, around 21 and 22, we have supported 33. Out of 25 for level 1, 10 for level 2, and another important is for the geo-innovation, where you young minds working on the new and innovative idea, geo-innovations, exactly. So the theme of the Congress also for the youth and the school children. So we have showcased our finding at the country level in this particular Congress. So I think we are requesting again all the participants as well as the resource person for their significant contribution in the forthcoming event of 2022. This is a time of listening of the participant, not speaking much from our side, because we have things to be included in the course topic. A dedicated portal have been maintained by Bharati Vidyapith. Professor Samita Kumar is the coordinator. The first kind of the training program in the country. This training program, the coordinators have to get briefed by our Professor Samita Kumar, and they have a course content, they have a resource person, many things. Many of you who are not attending also, if you go to the portal of I get many more information about the geospatial science and technology and what is happening in the country in different areas. We have also supported the special disaster risk reduction program. After the Kedarnath tragedy, which took place in 2013, we did very large scale geological as well as geotechnical mapping from Rishikesh to Karnataka. The report is already there on our portal, NSDI portal. So those who are interested, they may go through, and not only the report and atlas vulnerability, atlas have been prepared of the areas. There is standard operating procedures, SOPs, that is also uploaded on the NSDI portal. So those who are the beginners are already working, how you should go ahead for geological mapping, how you should go ahead for geotechnical mapping. Geotechnical is very lot of mathematics tools have already been used in those. Those standard operating procedures, how to begin with for large scale mapping, maybe 1 to 10,000, 1 to 1,000 also somewhere 1 to 500 also. So that will also help those who are interested. So today's I am very, very thankful given me this opportunity to be with you, and I am very happy and congratulate the coordinator, Dr. Susi Kanga, Professor Suresh Kumar, Dr. Priyanka, their president, Madam Ritu, for hosting this event at their Suresh Gyan Bihar University, Jaipur. I think this program has benefited many your participants, and my only request is that it should be the training of trainers. Those participants who attended the 21 days program at your place, they should be trainer in the future for their friends, their people, their kids, to training of the trainers kind of, so that it's expansion. What Professor Garg has made mention, that kind of a fishing. Now technology is available there. The fisherman should go at a particular location and they can get more fish in the minimum time. So use of geospatial technology is everyday life, everywhere, every field. But we all young minds have to develop our own indigenous tool, technology. And those who are interested, they can also get connected with the coordinator of the National Center, Professor Omkar Dikshit at IIT Kanpur, and more 6 different regional centers in the country is in the pipeline. That is IIT Bombay, IST Trivandrum, IRS Anna University, IIT ISM Dhanbad, MNIT Allahabad, and MANIT Bhopal is in the pipeline in this area of geospatial science, which is very dying field and many few people work. With these words, I would like to listen from the participant so that we can improve our training program in the future in the better way. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such insightful and wonderful words of motivation. And along with that, I also request the participants to give their feedback regarding the programs that they have been attending for 21 days. All the participants, you're most welcome to give your feedback here.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Yeah, I am Dr. Jk Garg, working as Associate Professor in Department of Civil Engineering, Pune University. First of all, I congratulate to all members or all organizing committee for this wonderful program. I learned a lot of things from this this program. And I was we can say I am a researcher or the scholar of this field. But this program provides me an opportunity to use the new things like QGIS, ArcGIS in different domains. So, that program, which is designed by DST and it is implemented or executed by Suresh Gyan Bihar University, it is well mannered. So I congratulate you from my side, and there are some you can include something related to just like for atmospheric scientist person, like they are completely missing. Like if we want to use some models, how we can abstract values from models, how we can do the analysis of that type of satellite images, which we can use in environment as well as atmospheric sciences. Other than all the things are very much well planned, and it is executed very well. So I congratulate and I am very much thankful to DST for providing this opportunity, and I am very much thankful to Shruti ma'am, Suresh sir, and his team for this wonderful program. Thank you so much.
Next, please, Mujahid.
Yes, sir. Hello. My name is Mujahid Hussain, and last year I was enrolled in PhD in Jamia Millia Islamia. Now, as I realized in this workshop, first, before in recent past, I did several workshops, but in this and did not get sufficient for me as a researcher. But now I realize in this workshop I get something new, and my horizon awfully helpful for me in my research. And I will thankful for the DST and Shruti ma'am. Thank you. And it was very wonderful experience for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Vikram? Unmute yourself, Dr. Vikram. Dr. Shravan Kumar. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Can I
please.
go? Okay, so good afternoon to the respected dignitaries, the organizers, and the participants. I'm assistant professor in Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences, Purvanchal University, Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University, Jaunpur, Uttar Pradesh. I was asked to say about feedback about this winter school. So I want permission to present few slides because I have written few slides about the schools. So can I present those?
Please continue.
Okay, sir. Can you see my slides?
Yeah, continue.
Okay, sir. So this is the feed organizer of the training school, winter school in Geospatial Science and Technology, level 1, occurring from 10th to 31st January, for giving me the opportunity to participate and learn the geospatial techniques and to give the opportunity to give the feedbacks for this session. So the benefits and knowledge gained during this school, few of them like I enjoyed very much about the talks and training and get refreshed in the opportunity to interact with the eminent scientists, researchers in the field of remote sensing, GIS, urban climate, urban planning and modeling, and came to know more about recent trends in geospatial technique, technology and research opportunity, research occurring in the India, and learn new ideas and research from the morning lectures and get even more benefited with the hands-on practical session about Python, Saga, WebGIS, Google Earth Engine for geospatial analysis and modeling. I became not an expert, but got new motivations to learn more about these GIS software and modeling for research in land use, land cover, and agriculture analysis. And I certainly will teach, and that's how I will learn more about these techniques to my students and other needed persons who are required for these techniques. So thank you very much the DST for giving me this opportunity, because if I not learn, then how I can teach others. So very much thankful to DST, and being an atmospheric science researcher, I always need to use these types of geospatial techniques. Therefore, I am very much hopeful for the active collaboration with the expert of Suresh Ganbihar University and other experts from the other institutes. It would be more fruitful if this winter school was in person and we could really able to experience the weather of Rajasthan and enjoy the places and also the practical session. If it was in person, we can learn more. So suggestion for the organizer to arrange and 1 or 2 days get together of the winter school participants at Suresh Ganbihar University post-COVID in near future for a strong research collaboration between different discipline researchers. And a few results which I learned from these 21 days training. So I prepare some maps, like this map is from South Pune, UGIS, and Saga for land use land cover map for making, and the land cover classes for Pune city during these my training sessions. And finally, I acknowledge to DST, Department of Science and Technology, Government for India, for providing the opportunity to participate in this winter school in Geospatial Technology at Suresh Gyan Bihar University, Jaipur. And I am thankful, especially thankful to Dr. Shruti Kanga and Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh for their restless effort to organize this winter school and helping us in all aspects during these days. I am also thankful to trainer who very kindly, Dr. Maji Farooq, Mr. Sheikh Basir, Dr. Varun, Dr. Pranay, Dr. Priyanka, and other experts. And I am thankful to my team members, all 4 members, and especially Dr. Divya Prakash sir, who let me know that this winter school is going to happen, and I applied for that. So I'm very much thankful to Dev Prakash sir, because he informed me that this type of school is going to be, and Suresh Gyan University organizing this wonderful training session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shravan. And Dr. Vikram, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Vikram Ranga. I hope you can see me. The light is not okay, but I'm here to thank the organizers of this winter school and DST for sponsoring this wonderful program. I want to name a few of the people. I think, firstly, Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, then Professor Shruti Kanga, then Professor Varun Mishra, then soon to be Dr. Priyanka Roy, their assistant. And soon to be Dr. Anand Upasna Chaudhary. They have done a wonderful job. Now, I want to thank in a manner, because I did a bit of GIS work. My expertise in geomorphology. I do work in Chambal Badlands. But with GIS is that it has been identified one of the future of the world, in combination with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So geography, which is a part of a decision-based solution, that is made easier with GIS. Now, many people I have come across in my educational journey and in my professional journey, or they think it is too easy. Some people say that it's just, you don't do anything but just fill polygon districts, because everybody is color sensitive and their color combination it's different. Some people think that it is too difficult to comprehend. But I must congratulate Professor Singh. I want to quote Professor Suraj Singh when he said that GIS is nothing but extension of the geographical extension and statistical extension and computer extension is what constitute GIS. And if you understand this, where the limitations of GIS are. For example, people say that, and it's nothing else, and people should more focus on fundamental sciences, for example, geography, geology, chemistry, and so on. But this winter school, this has given a new message that you should use remote sensing and GIS where it is applicable. Like Albert Einstein said that you cannot expect a fish to climb a tree. Though in the same manner, remote sensing is applicable, and we must always be pushing the boundaries of remote sensing and GIS. And this winter school, I must say that how they have built it, that initially it was very easy to understand. The few lectures in the beginning, they were very, very introductory, very basic, and then the different experts from different fields. For example, I'm from from geomorphology, and they were applying GIS in geomorphology. There were experts who were applying remote sensing and GIS in glacier studies. There were experts, those using GIS techniques in urban sciences. It was that is ready for everyone, whoever wants to have this soup, and it has useful and meaningful things for each and everyone. I can say for myself, and I can also vouch for team members I have led for this short project. They have learned immensely from this project. And one more thing that I want to mention is the timetable and the incessant and indefatigable energy that organizers have shown. It's commendable. Now we are in middle. We are passing out third wave of Corona. But when they started, it was cold. We are in Jaipur. Time was started at that time. There were no excuses at all. There was no absentee from experts. They never hesitated in stopping and listening to applicants that what they didn't understand and what their questions are. And especially the moderators, the assistants who are soon to be how they are led. It's one thing. The right time every day. It's like a mechanical clock that doesn't fail. And it's well known. It's well known. So it was a timely organization of this winter school, and the focus on people who are left out in the societal structure. If you are focusing on that, I think it's a humanitarian cause, and you have done a wonderful job. You have taught, you have opened the door, but you have suggested us. I know because I have interacted personally with Professor Singh, Professor Kanga, and Professor Mishra, and also some of the assistants, that we have any problem, we can always call them and say, sir, this is the problem. How can I solve this? So I just want to thank you, and that it should be a regularity in a year, that more if Suresh Ganvihar University and Professor Suraj Kumar Singh has done this wonderful job and we have learned so much, then such programs, there should be more such programs so that we can learn. Right now it was I know it was pandemic, but it will be even more useful for people when it is normal times and when we can come there at Jaipur at Suresh Ganvihar University and we can hear them personally, we can feel the vibes from their personalities, we can feel the vibes how they solve a given problem. So this is, I mean, the whole structure is going to change if it's going to be face to face. Now here we might be absent sometimes or other maybe things, but if face to face, it will be completely game changer. But being said that, I have no qualms, no hesitations in saying that this program was wonderful. I am going to use some of the techniques I have learned here in my geomorphological research in the Lower Chambal Valley, and I'm also acknowledging the help which I got from this winter school, DST, and Professor Singh, and Professor Kanga, and Professor Varun Narayan Mishra. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, everyone, organizers and participants also, and my team members also. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Harish ji.
Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Dr. Harish Samaria. I would like to special thank to Dr. Suraj sir. Suraj sir is briefing all the days very useful for me, and Dr. Shruti ma'am for this nice guidance. And I especially thanks to hands-on practice by Sheikh Basir sir, Dr. Varun sir is very good. I have enjoyed a lot of GIS information given by this information. I will use GIS not only to my research, I will definitely use in future also, because I want to thanks to all the team members who got this program done, who conducted such a great program for us. I congratulate all team for my side, because I have no hesitation. This program is a very good for our participants, and thank you very much for bottom this my heart, sir.
Dhaneshwar. Nana Bhau.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. My greeting to all the respected professors. First of all, I would like to thank Suraj Ganvihar University, Rajasthan. I thanks to program coordinator Dr. Shruti ma'am, Dr. Suraj sir, Dr. Varun sir, Pranay sir, all staff members for the excellent guidance and new resources in this program. Also listed to the guidance in this program. So many, बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों को ये देखकर कि अच्छे अच्छे नोट्स, अच्छे स्पीकर आपने दे दिए हैं. तो थैंक यू सो मच सर.
Chandni.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to thank the Suresh Ganvihar University for this nice workshop. And really, I am not very knowledgeable in GIS, but after attending this workshop, I feel that yes, I can do something in this field. I am from the environmental background, so I know that there are various applications of the GIS that we can use in environmental science. But after attending this workshop, I feel some confidence that yes, I can do this thing. So I'm really thankful to the DST as well as Suresh Ganvihar University for this nice workshop. Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Sandeepan Das.
Good morning, respected all members. This session was very interesting and very interactive, and it was also very well coordinated. and we have learned many new things from this session, and we are going to utilize all this technology in our research as well as in teaching daily life. And I would like to thank entire team for arranging such a wonderful and interactive training session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Dr. Jakpal. Dr. Purnima.
Good afternoon to all of you. I would like to thanks to the university, Shruti ma'am and Surat sir for conducting this very informative training. And I practiced to learn very new technologies in this workshop, and I will hope to adopt this remote sensing technology and GIS in my field. And I will also thanks to DST for conducting this training. Thank you so much, sir.
Mohan, Dr. Mohan.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Especially thanks to Dr. Suraj and Dr. Shruti Kanka for inviting this inter school. I enjoyed a lot, especially for this hands-on sessions. Even in this various aspect, when I am working in only one particular aspect, and they are given insight and hands-on various aspect. I hope this all going to useful for my research. Once again, thanks. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Saravanan Kumar.
Good afternoon, one and all. Yeah, good afternoon, one and all. So these are all the sections are very nicely arranged. So I express my sincere thanks to the organizer, especially the hands-on section is arranged very nicely. So I just thanking the entire team. Thank you.
Ritu Nathawat. Sugandha Singh.
Good afternoon, sir, and all the honorable members present over here. I am really thankful to Suresh Gyanvihar University, especially Shruti Kanga ma'am and Suresh sir for organizing this DST winter session program. I really learned a lot, and I'm really thankful to you all for giving me courage now to apply this geospatial science in my research. And I'm really thankful, and I appreciate the hands-on session as well, because they were really very polite, and they gave a kind of confidence to us for asking any kind of questions, even the basics also, and they handled really well. Finally, I'm thankful to you all.
Anybody who is still because there are a few more names coming up, so it will be a long session. Anybody who wants to say anything apart from the name that have spoken up? Anyone? Participants? Gajendra people? Bank Development Operations? Jakpal? Ritu? Upasna?
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to give a very heartily thank you to firstly to Suresh Gyanvihar for organizing such a wonderful program of 21 days. And also I can't thank enough to Dr. Suraj sir and Shruti Kanga ma'am for giving me the opportunity of like learning from such esteemed professors and all the scientists that we have come across and have learned such wonderful things from them. And it was really a very enlightening session for me. Thank you once again.
Okay. So still anybody who wants to speak up? If not, then we'll proceed further. Anybody who wants to speak can raise his hand or her hand. If not, we'll proceed. Anybody from student side that who also part? Anybody? Gyan, we are a student.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, all of you. It was a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good, great session, and the winter school is very good represented. All of the aspect of GIS. Like we got to know about more about GIS software
Good
that
afternoon,
normally
sir.
we don't use.
One by one, one by one. Let him speak. Bhavnitya, please continue.
Yeah, we got to know about software that we don't generally use, like Saga. Normally, the tutorials of Saga is not available on internet, but we got to know about it on this winter school, and it was very good experience for us. Thank you so much, Suraj sir.
Yeah, final concluding, anyone. Fine. Anshul, that is your last. Then we'll proceed.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please continue.
Hello.
Yeah, continue.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. It
Yeah,
was a
speak up.
very wonderful session. We all, like everyone said, hello.
Your voice is unreachable. So no ways, we can
Hello.
proceed further. No issue, no issue. Fine. Priyanka, we can proceed further for our session as we are closing up. We are late.
Yes, sir. Moving forward with the session, so I would like to invite Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Associate Professor and Coordinator for Center for Climate Change and Water and Research, SGVU, for the vote of thanks.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to everyone. This is Dr. Suraj Kumar Singh, Center Head, Center for Sustainable Development. On behalf of Center for Climate Change and Water Research, I would like to thank each and every participant that during this 21-year days a refresher course sponsored by DST-NGP, the students thoroughly enjoyed the entire session. Now, with starting, because I've been given the vote of thanks, so I'll be starting up from my university. I'd like to thank Honorable Chairman Sri Sunil Sharma Sir, Chairperson SGVU, for his continuous motivation towards AI-based techniques where the geospatial can be used. So he always motivates us. We are also thankful to Honorable Chairperson, Chief Mentor Sir, Dr. Sudhanshu, Director C3WR, who constantly guiding us for latest data-driven technology, which are helpful for the benefits of the society, especially meant for the designing it, how this GIS and remote sensing can be used for the development, especially the SDG goals. We have to work for the upliftment of the society. We have to go for rural India smart cities. When you're talking about, we are talking about, he always says that use this technology for creation of smart villages. So we were very focused, and we are also thankful for our president, Professor Ritu Gilhotra ma'am, who continuously help us, who evaluates whether the prerequisite given by DST, whether we are matching it or we are deviated. So that helps us out to evaluate your condition. We are also thankful for DST representatives who have sponsored us, who has evaluated us, who has motivated us, especially Dr. Debapriya Datta, scientist G from DST-NGP, who continuously provided us the mentorship, provided us the vision, provided us how this geospatial technology can be used for the upliftment and connect, how this all each and every project, whatever the students have done over this period of time, must be focused or must be connected with the SDG goals. So he has given us the framework how you have to connect this GIS and remote sensing technology for the benefit of the resources. So we are also thankful to Dr. Shubha Pandey, Scientist D, NGP ma'am, for his continuous help support throughout the process, because we are very new to this field. We are young brigade, we are young champions, but we had never taken this kind of workshop prior to what DST has given us. So there was a lot of doubts in our mind. There were lots of new things, technical things, the university level, institution level rules, regulations. So we'll also thank Dr. Ak Singh, scientist staff, for his regular guidance throughout the program. What are the rules, what are the guidelines, what are the regulatory processes that has to be followed, how this statistical analysis with GIS has to be incorporated to come up with the geostatistics that can be used for the conservation and monitoring and mapping of natural resources. And finally, I'll be giving it to Professor Samita Kumar ma'am from Institute of Environment Education and Research, Bharati Vidyapit, for solving each and every queries throughout the 21 days program, because without her help and Dr. Madhumita, who continuously help our student, we were facing issue in how to get it registered, or we are some students were not receiving the OTPs, what are the small doubts related to each and every questionnaire we were contacting. We were means if you say that this 21 work day workshop that was sponsored by DST was not only upliftment towards the student enrichment knowledge, but it was also a refresher course for us as a individual, as a professor, because many new topics, many new themes, many new tools we have learned during this 21 days, because we have got eminent scientists, either it's from IITs, NITs, Central University, State University, Space Research Organization. So each and every champions who were dominant in the field of land resource mapping using remote sensing and GIS technology, they enlightened us with all the thought how this subject will be finally applied. And today, since morning, we have seen that all the research what the students were divided into 7 groups, and they have come up with a research project that is connected towards the vision that Dr. Devapriya Datta ma'am, Dr. Subha Pandey ma'am, Dr. AK Singh has always motivated us to frame the resource toward the UN GIC goals, where the government, where Honorable Prime Minister have said that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and this is the best tool where through this online medium, even during this pandemic, many of our students were corona positive, because mostly are working professionals, so they were severely affected with corona. So but that didn't stop them from doing this 21-day workshop. They were very positive. This workshop has engaged them from that negative mindset to a positive mindset, that even if they were unwell, they were taking the classes, they were doing the research, they were taking the medicine parallelly. Out of 21, I'll say near about there was 50% damage was there due to this pandemic. But still, because of this technology and the gene, and because of this online platform, online medium what we have today got, this was possible because of the IT based technique that we have got, and we connected all our research to the UN SDG goals. And finally, I like to thank my entire team, especially Dr. Pranay, who continuously monitored questionnaire, the feedback session, the individual backup daily. We have got nearly, I will put to your kind notice also to the DST. I'll be seeking a permission that we have got near about 200 hours of recorded lectures ranging from theory to practicals. Each and every statement, each and every exercise, each and every response that we have done during this 21 hours is being recorded, and we would like to post it into the YouTube so that a larger number of audience, a larger number of viewers can view it and can obtain the expertise in the field of remote sensing, especially in terms of this QGIS and Saga, because generally the universities are generally, we also university, we make our students familiar with the proprietary softwares when we talk about. But here the vision of government of India is to promote more kind of open source softwares, and the tutorials that we have prepared were in Hindi medium, where sometimes Hindi and English. So whenever our Hindi candidates from plain India can also understand it, can connect it, and can come with further research in near future. So we have got a depository, a good depository from the eminent scientists. We have recorded all the practical lectures, all the theory lectures, and I will also thank Miss Priyanka Roy for making each and every session start on time, and providing us, giving us his kisar vote, who are the speakers who has to be called off. And I will like to thank each and every speaker, each and every participant that have taken out and made this program sponsored by DST-NGP one of the best in India. And we assure that in near future also, if DST believes us, believes in our team, believes in our university, will be the best university in India who are working in the field of geospatial technology. Whether we talk about in terms of research publication, you talk about in terms of research guidance, you talk about of placements, we are one of the best in India who are working in the field of geospatial technology. And we assure Department of Science and Technology that in near future also, if they believe us, if they give us more research projects, more research funds, will be coming up more high impact publications for the sustainable management of resources, and finally connecting into the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And from my heart, once again, on behalf of Center for Climate Change, Gyan University, we thank each and every individual from DST who had made our dream successful. Because when we applied this project, we were not sure whether we'll be getting it, because maybe many times the private universities are not so highly rated in terms of the government institution, irrespective of the kind of faculty or the kind of infrastructure what we have. But we thank that the DST-NGP has believed us, have trusted us, and we have given our 100% to win their trust, to win their belief. And with this, I request each and every participants to please turn on their cameras so that we can have a memorable pictures of this workshop, because there is no ending during this corona time also, and it was all possible because of DST, NGP, the entire team, the entire participants who were very positively motivating us, and they were positive in mindset that even if they had a corona symptoms, corona fear, we today have come up with 7 reports, and we are coming up with 7 publications in high impact factor journals. And this is on behalf of SGView. Thanks a lot for giving this me opportunity to give vote of thanks. Thanks. Dr. Pranay, it's a request to please take a group photograph.
Yes, sir.
So at the end, I would also like to give a little thanks and thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for an endless support and motivation to keep continuing this program for 21 days. It was not an easy task, but it was a continuously motivation that you have imparted us that we could go further with this. And it was a very enlightening and learning, a very good learning session that we have taken up. Even being a part of the center, I have also taken up quite a lot of techniques and learned from the hands-on session that have been given in the afternoon session. It was a very, very good program.
And to our kind information that my team was also out of 100%, 60% were corona positive during this period, but still we did our best to give the 100% result. So that is the commitment that we have as a team, and that is the belief that when you have believed us, we'll be giving 200%. And with this, I officially ask our invited speaker, Jk Garg sir, and our eminent scientist from Government of India, Dr. Ak Singh sir, can we officially close the session and end the 21-day DST workshop? The certification of yours of 21 days, we are evaluating your we have evaluated your theory practicals, we have evaluated today project practicals, we are doing it. We have got our own team expertise. We'll be grading it, and in this coming week, you'll be getting your digital certificates. And meanwhile, once you'll receive your digital certificates, thereafter we'll be posting your hard copy of your certification, and you will be receiving both the soft copy as well as hard copy certification within 15 days from today. Soft copy within this week, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll be giving it. Yes, sir. Can we conclude?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
AK Singh sir hai?
Thank you so much, Suraj sir, and your entire team for organizing this wonderful program. Thank you.
Thank you. AK Singh sir hai kya?
So he's there, but I guess.
Okay. So,
Yes, he's in the meeting.
Okay, he's in the meeting. Okay, so we can conclude. So finally, we can conclude today. Okay. And any question here from anyone? सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा विदिन. आज हम लोग अभी प्रोजेक्ट का हमने किया था, अभी नंबर करेंगे, ग्रेड करेंगे, उसके बाद रिजल्ट बनाएंगे, फिर सबको आपको एक ड्राफ्ट कॉपी दे देंगे कि सबको अपना नाम वाम देख लो भाई कि किसी का स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक तो नहीं है, गड़बड़, ठीक है ना. और जब वो हो जाएगा उसके बाद फिर आपको हम लोग हार्ड कॉपी भी देंगे एंड सॉफ्ट कॉपी भी देंगे. कुछ और पूछना है? हो जाएगा, मतलब विद इन दिस वीक हम लोग दे देंगे.
Thank you, everyone. And in future also, if anybody need any help, you have our numbers, you have our email IDs, you can contact us.
Dr. Vikram, any question? Yeah.
No, I was just wanted to say what Professor Kanga has said, that many of us, including myself, I just want to be in touch with both of you. I know the amount of publications you have done. Your scientific contribution is just unparalleled if you compare with the other similar age group researchers around the country. So you are a constant inspiration to many of us. So I just wanted to say that if you can give us your email ID and phone number and give us this opportunity to call you or send you an email without disturbing you, because sometimes people who are very busy, they get offended. So we just wanted to clarify that we can send you an
We have
email.
a habit that if we will see any missed call, if we are busy, then we will definitely call back to know about your or anybody from students. So
And personal, my personal affection is that we are small in number in terms of geospatial community. Whenever we say geospatial, maybe many of there are from allied discipline who are pursuing the degree, but we are from the core discipline who did the entire degree from master's till PhD. So as you can say, we were the testing species of this technology when it was tested. So I always want my species number to be added so that we can also be a good number as we have got in other subjects too. And that is when you possess and you have your own strength in the society. That's why what I can see that in near future also we can come up as a team with good scientific publications. If anybody wants to collaborate with us, collaborate with our research group, we are very open enough. The only thing, it should not be only the name sake that we are coming for research. It must be a commitment. That for us commitment is like, you have seen that, if you have seen this 21 days, commitment means commitment, there is no stopping. So if the work has to be done today by 12 o'clock, it means 12 o'clock. So that is the way. If you want to achieve in life, there is no tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It has to be stopped or ended today. So if such kind of energy, some kind of commitment, because history has to be created by you, and for making a history there is no reference point, and you have to create your own reference point, you have to create your own records, you have to break your own records. So the most important thing is energy. The most important thing is what you want to be in the life, how want to you see, how want to you project to your children, how want to you project to your students. And if you are a positive person, if you are a positive mindset, and you are having a full of energy, full of commitment, I have no question that in coming years we all will be the bright futures of geospatial technology. And with this, we must have a positive energy, and we must work together to create a positive energy, a positive vibes. And this technology can be used for the sustainable management of natural resources. And at last, that is the service that we have done to the nation, and that is the techniques and the technology. Because without this technology we could haven't interact in this 21 days. So that is IT, that is changing the entire world. So we must use this new technology, especially AI and machine learnings, for further research. Dr. Vikram, Dr. Divya Prakash, Sarwan, and all the others, we are very open-hearted. We'll be continuing together. Yeah, anybody else who wants to say something? If not, then
Yes, I have one suggestion.
Yes.
Since this kind of trainings and sessions are very rare, I would suggest that more such sessions from your side should happen. And for that, I think all the participants should write to the Vice Chancellor of your university, thanking both of you and recommending that more such programs and time slots should be given to such things, because I know, being professors, both of you have a lot to teach and a lot of students to handle and a lot of research to do. But some special slot in the whole year or in 6 months should be taken out from your professional commitments and this kind for this kind of training. So I think if all the participants agree, we can write to the Vice Chancellor of your universities and recommending such a thing, and also appreciating that you have taken so much time and teaching and distributing, disseminating research and helping other people in their research and careers.
Thank you. That will be a great help. Thanks for your motivational words and a positive vibes coming up. And that is how you have to conserve. We are seedlings. We have to conserve the small seeds, the upcoming seeds in the field of geoinformatics. And we are the tree. So until unless we are not protecting our seeds, it cannot grow up. And that is only through cooperation. It is only through due respect. It is only through helping each other. When you're falling up, the other one has to pick up. And this is the way the life goes on. And one day we'll be the one of the big names in the field of. Still we are, but still we want more. Dil mange more. That is the punchline I will land. Anything else? If not, then we are going to end. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir. Thank you so much to you and to the cameraman and all. Thank you, sir.
और ग्रुप है ही, हमारा ग्रुप है, उसमें सब चीज जो सर्टिफिकेट है और जो क्वारीज वो ऐसे ही ग्रुप, मेरा रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा कि ग्रुप वैसे ही रहे, डिसॉल्व नहीं करते हैं हम लोग, कम से कम इसी बहाने ग्रुप में रहेंगे और मीनिंगफुल इंफॉर्मेशन उस ग्रुप में डालेंगे। गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार और फ्लावर का गुलदस्ता नहीं भेजते हैं उसमें हम लोग, सिर्फ जिसमें जॉब से रिलेटेड, जीएस से रिलेटेड, अपॉर्चुनिटी से रिलेटेड, पब्लिकेशन से रिलेटेड, कोई जर्नल से रिलेटेड, बुक से रिलेटेड, उस ग्रुप में भेजेंगे हम लोग जो हमने क्रिएट किया हुआ है।
श्योर सर, श्योर श्योर।
ठीक ना? तो बंद किया जाए, खाना, लंच टाइम हो गया, मुझे भी थोड़ा सा ये लग रहा है अब लंच हो जाना चाहिए, सुबह से खाया भी नहीं है, थोड़ा टेंस हो जाता है, वैलेडिक्टरी था, तो अब मैं सोचता हूँ कि अब मैं एक अच्छे से लंच कर सकता हूँ।
Yes, sir. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, congratulations. And good afternoon to everyone. And sir, this program was very wonderful and we have learned a lot from this, sir.
Thank you.
And as everyone of our department know, every faculty is very cooperative, sir. And very down to earth, sir.
Thank you.
ये सबसे बढ़िया है कि नीचे जमीन में रहोगे उतना ऊपर जाओगे।
Yes, sir. We are learning from you, sir.
हाँ, नहीं तो वही है। ठीक है, चलिए।
Okay, sir. Good afternoon. Bye.
Best सबको.
Bye.
Have a nice day, sir.
Request Dr. Priyana to please officially end the session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.